Man is created with all of his limbs supremely intact, all his senses completely enabled, an intelligent soul instilled in him from heaven, and even future generations ensured by the way of the reproduction mechanism. So already we've heard about the different parts of the body, and now the Chazon Ish tells us about how the creation itself, when it finally comes to the world, it's perfect. So perfect that in it is already a built-in system to reproduce forever. Same way you have how HaKadosh Baruch Hu created everything else in the world. You know, when you eat a fruit, at the end of when you eat your fruit, what do you get to? You get to the seed. Now you may not care for the seed, but in reality, if it wasn't for that seed, there wouldn't be any more fruit. In the old days, they didn't have all the streets and traffic and all the things. What did they have? People would take the seed, throw it on the floor. What would happen? A few years later, that little seed will turn into a tree. That instead of one apple, you have another 1,000 apples. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created a very unique system. Now, to make sure that the seed doesn't go and get wasted, what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu do every time with every seed? Around the seed, he builds it a shell. The hardest part of the fruit, the part that you don't eat, he builds a shell to protect the seed. Why? Because if the seed was soft, you'd eat the seed also. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to ensure the reproduction of this fruit, so he puts a shell on it, something that's not really tasty. So you throw out that cork of the apple, you throw out that part of the different fruit that you have, you throw it somewhere. So as it decomposes, the seed is freed, and Be'ezrat Hashem, a new tree arrives. Shtabach Shemo La'ad. I one time had a chidush about how HaKadosh Baruch Hu taught us Musar by simple fruit. Where you see a fruit, it's very unique. Every fruit, doesn't matter what whether it's a apple or it's a watermelon or anything else. Now the most beautiful way to see the whole fruit is if you cut it in half. You cut it in half, you see the whole fruit. You see the outer part, which is the klipa. Then you have the body of the fruit itself, you know, the peel, then the body of the fruit. Then you see the shell that's guarding the seed, but also separating the seed from the rest of the fruit. And then you see the seed. And if you go on my site, you have a few clips about this, or you go on the internet, you see, or you just go home, cut a fruit in half. Now, the beautiful part is that you can learn musar from a fruit. Why? This is just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu created a human being. When you peel a fruit, doesn't matter what fruit, you peel it. If you're going to eat it, good. But if you don't eat it, after a little while, what happens? It turns brown. Why? Why doesn't it turn brown when the peel is still on it? Because it has protection. Because it's not supposed to be exposed. A human being, when it has clothes on, no one knows all of his flaws. No one knows all of her flaws. Women, when are they most beautiful? When they're most modest. So now, when you have the peel on, when you have the clothes on, you're the most beautiful. Once you start taking off the clothes, you're not adding beauty. You're decreasing beauty. In fact, you start decaying in the eyes of people. Women, for some reason, think that if they have less clothes on, they look more beautiful. In reality, you ask any normal man that's not just full of tavot, you ask him, who do you want to marry? This woman that walks around like she's a behemoth with no clothes on, or a woman that looks like a princess that has a gown on? Who do you want to marry? Who do you want to have bear your kids? Who do you want raising your kids? The one that has the same clothing as the cow, or the one that's actually taking care of the cow because she has clothes on? Which one? No man that's normal would want to marry the cow. No man. Why? Because, okay, this is maybe for desires, but not for a wife. Not for a wife. The apple, as soon as you took off the peel, automatically it starts deteriorating, start turning brown. Why? The apple's shy. I'm not supposed to be naked. A woman, if she's normal, as soon as she starts uncovering herself, she'll be shy, embarrassed. Why? You're not supposed to be this way. You're not a dolphin. Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, listen, you have a body. That body is the cover for your neshama. That's the seed. That's the seed, Rabotai. But if you learn from a fruit, you can go to Olam HaBa. If you ignore the fruit, you go to a different section. Now, the Chazon Ish says that in man, in all of creation, is a built-in mechanism to reproduce.